Hi folks, something a little bit different this Saturday. We're not doing our regular news roundup video. We're going to focus on a specific topic, one that is something that a lot of people in the RV industry are talking about this week. 2 weeks ago, I shared reporting from a Utah Fox affiliate about a woman who says her RV loan paperwork was doctored between the time that she signed it and the time that it was sent off to her loan company. Now, more general RV customers have come forward saying the same thing happened to them. Lisa Pueblo told Fox 13 Salt Lake City that the purchase price for her Thor motor coach in 2015 was nearly $100,000, and she expected to pay around $156,000 over the course of a 20-year loan. But the paperwork, the report states, and this is all their reporting, not mine, had been cleaned up to reduce the length of the loan term to 10 years, with one $63,000 balloon payment at the end. The report shows Pueblo's copy of the sales contract, which lists 240 monthly payments in numerous locations, except for one where it counts. One of the 50 pages shows 119 payments, along with the one balloon payment on one line. The 119 appears to be typed over the number 240, and all the other math in the contract appears to be based on the 20-year loan. Now, in a follow-up released by the station on Tuesday, 3 additional customers came forward with nearly identical situations. All 4 of the RVs in question were purchased between 2013 and 2015 at the Draper, Utah General RV location. All were loans between $100,000 and $200,000. All list a total amount paid, or the amount you will have paid when you have made all scheduled payments, a number equal to 240 monthly payments times the monthly payment amount. That's 20 years worth. And all had the number of payments listed as 240 with a 119 typed over the top of it, and a single balloon payment between $60,000 and $100,000 due at the 10-year mark to finish out the loan, written on the second line. All 4 sets of paperwork were carbon copies, and at least 2 of them were unsigned by General RV. Bank versions of the paperwork show no typed over so-called smudge, just the clear number 119, equal to 10 years worth of payments, including the balloon payment as the 120th. Now, I've been trying to wrap my head around this situation since the first report came out, and I've talked with representatives from 3 different dealerships, competitors of General RV, over the last few days to try and get some clarity. And none of them said this sounds like General RV at all. And they could all easily benefit by General RV's demise. General RV is a family company with a dozen or so dealerships in multiple states, and it has a pretty good reputation in the RV industry. I asked them all if this was something nefarious. How does General RV benefit? What's the purpose of this? Why not just do the 20-year loan? And nobody's sure. The answer could be that all these customers would not qualify for a 20-year loan, and this is just a way to get a customer approved for a loan at a payment level they're comfortable with. And then there's some question as to whether General RV actually did anything illegal or even anything unethical. Balloon payments are generally legal. Some states have laws that restrict them in many ways, but in essence, a balloon payment is any payment that's more than twice the normal monthly payment. And there are instances where, as crazy as it sounds, customers might actually be attracted to them. Imagine that you really want a motorhome and you can only afford a $600 payment. If you get a 10-year loan, your payment might be $1,200, but a 20-year loan gives you that $600 payment you can afford. Now, by no means am I saying a 20-year loan is a good idea. It's not, especially on an RV. But imagine you can't get approved for a 20-year loan. So your dealer says, hey, that's fine. We'll get you the same payment for 10 years. You'll owe a big sum of money for the final payment, but you're going to trade it in before that 10 years is up anyway, right? So the loan is essentially the same as long as you sell it before your term is up. This is a really bad idea, but it's something that a lot of people agree to. But putting 10 years of payments into one balloon payment, boy, that's as extreme as it gets. But none of the folks in this Fox affiliate story said they expected a balloon payment. None of them thought they had a 10-year loan. And all of them had this mysterious typed over smudge showing 240 months changed to 119. And the fact that the version filed with the bank does not have the smudge. And then there's this signature issue, and perhaps most importantly, the fact that the math of the total payments shows 240 months. There seem to be only a few possibilities here. Either these customers just don't remember what happened, and this is what they agree to, or they were misled about the structure of their loan, and they signed it, but they were confused. Or General RV committed fraud and altered their paperwork. Either of those last two options doesn't look too good for General RV. So my hunch after talking to these dealers and based on General RV's reputation in the industry was that they would be able to come forward and say, hey, we had someone who did this for their own benefit. That person is gone or has been fired. And this is what we're going to do to regain your trust and make sure it never happens again. So what's General RV's response? We have completed a thorough investigation of the allegations and confirmed that no one at General RV did anything wrong. We confirm that General RV followed all legal requirements in this instance. As a part of our standard process, all General RV forms, including details of the payment terms, are completed prior to acquiring the customer's signature and do not undergo any alteration afterwards. As was the case for the customers flagged by Fox, no alterations were made prior to or after the customer signed the documents. As common in Utah, all balloon payments are amortized over a 240-month loan term. The customer pays 119 payments at this rate, then the final balloon payment for the balance. This allows the customer to have the lowest payment possible. The financing contracts the customers have, and which the customer signed, are correctly set for this payment schedule. Each customer can obtain the original from their lending institution. The original contracts that our customers agree to and signed have the correct numbers on them. The copies the customers show are carbon copies, which are not part of the files with us. So I read that as we did nothing illegal, and the paperwork the customers have isn't legit anyway because it's the carbon copy. And what we have is right. Are you serious? Your response is basically, we got away with it? We tricked these customers into a loan with, in one case, a balloon payment over $100,000? And it's fine because it's legal? What about ethical? Unless all four of these customers are lying about what they agreed to, which, it's a possibility. It sounds like y'all didn't explain it very well. Yes, people need to read and understand what they sign and take some responsibility for doing so. But the paperwork is clearly, visibly confusing. Sounds like purposefully confusing. And frankly, two of the dealerships I spoke with say they don't work with balloon payments at all, even though they can in their state, because it's unethical. So, here's some homework, friends. Look at your RV loan paperwork. Get it out. Look at your version. And look at your statement from the bank. You can go online, it's probably there. Make sure everything lines up with what you expect. There are some fantastic dealers out there. There are some terrible dealers out there. There are mistakes. There are bad people working for good dealers. I don't want to hold just General RV to this, even though it sounds like this is just company policy and that's what it is. But make sure that your version of the paperwork is what you expect. And then let us know in the comments what you find out. Make sure to subscribe and ring that bell. We'll see you next time.